Yes, I have been meditating. I tried to, after last session, Zen recommended that we try 10 minutes at least in the morning and then around maybe 10 minutes in the evening. So I have definitely been doing that. And I actually had a major breakthrough. I went to a Hindu prayer because that's what my family is. And
Yeah.
what I decided to do is because I wanted to be respectful, but I thought, you know what, I'll take this opportunity. And for the duration of the prayer, I actually just sat in silence and meditated. So it was over an hour that I meditated on the priests, like singing and
Wow.
chanting. It was a
Sounds
long time for me.
yeah, that's really good. Happy to hear that. Let me just, how do I, no idea how to turn it on.
Wi-Fi on.
Oh, okay, now you guys can see them. Yes.
Now we can see you guys.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else want to share some if they have practicing? Eddie, have you been practicing?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Sorry, I just got the chance to log in.
Oh, no worries. Yes.
Yeah, I've been practicing actually, but I feel like I'm more addicted to like guided meditation.
Addicted to guided meditation.
I feel like
It's a lazy way, right?
I feel like it's easier for me to listen to some guided meditation, say
Okay.
from like Ajahn Brahm and
Yes.
yeah, like Ajahn Brahm, Ajahn Brahmali, and I feel like I have more confidence. I don't know, maybe this is some kind of inclination, but it depends on everybody, I guess. So
Yes.
I've been like following the Friday night guided meditation and Saturday afternoon in Port time.
Okay.
Yeah, from Dhammaloka City Center. I guess that's where the BSWA is.
Okay. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah.
But for another day, I think I follow your advice, like giving yourself break like 5 or 10 minutes. I think it kind of works. Like when I have too many work to do and I have like physical pain, I would just go and find some quiet place to sit and just try to forget everything and just be with myself for 5 or 10 minutes. I guess it has been so helpful. So thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's good. So good to hear. Yes, this space is so important. Like the space we give to ourselves. Yes. And then, 5 minutes will do wonders. Just being maybe a secluded spot and then just be silent for 5 minutes. Really recharge your day. Yes, it's really good. Thank you for sharing. Yes. So today I hope that we can discuss more about meditation now, everyone's practice, if they have any questions, because the traditional way is like, after we have done a group session and then you listen to some of the talks, there's always these interviews, like kind of private interviews. Like if you have any questions or even personal experience you want to, share, and then there's more in-depth guidance on that part. But because we're doing this in a public setting, and it's hard to do private interviews, but I do want to offer this channel if any of you are interested for like a private interview and all that, to discuss of your progress. I'm more than welcome. We can arrange this. I'm not sure if you guys interested or not, but yeah, we can do that, because that's how it's done traditionally, like yes. Okay. So okay, let's start this tonight's session with a group meditation first, then we talk about meditation. So is it too bright for you guys? Yeah. Okay.
It looks like it. Isn't it?
Maybe we can dim a bit. It's like, wow, it's shining right into my eyes.
Yeah, we didn't put all of them on. I think we put two.
Okay, yeah, so much better. Yeah, it's a bit more gentle. I think I'm getting, yeah.
Okay. Is it contour? Is it? Because it shuts off then.
All right, let's do the first session in this lighting.
Yeah.
It's good to relax and unwind. And I'm sure everyone have a very stressful day, so it's time to relax now and just bear in mind we're sitting in a group, so it's really good. So we'll do this metta meditation first. So metta meditation is loving kindness meditation. First, I would like you guys to give a give a subtle wish to yourself that may I be well and happy. Just tell yourself, may I be well and happy. Just give this hint to yourself, to the whole body, all the cells of your body. May I be well and happy. May I be free from all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of physical and mental sufferings. May I be free from all kinds of fears and anxieties. May I be well and happy. Keep a smile in your heart and just keep telling yourself, may I be well and happy, free from all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of expectations, all the burdens. May I be well and happy. May I be free from all sufferings, all mental and physical sufferings that I might have. May I be well. May I be happy. You'll start to feel this joy arise in your heart. Then let's wish all these people around us, all our close friends, family, relatives, all the close ones, let's wish them, may they be well and happy. May they be free from all kinds of sufferings, all kinds of mental and physical sufferings. May they be well and happy. And also to all the people in this room, I share this loving kindness. Also wish them, may they be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings, all mental and physical sufferings. With all this good energy, all this joyful energy, let's spread it further to all the people in this campus or where you live close by neighbors, all the people in this city, seen or unseen, known, unknown to us. May everyone be well and happy. May everyone be free from all sufferings, all kinds of mental and physical sufferings. May they be free from all fears, anxieties. continue to spread this loving kindness to encompass the whole city where we live in. Here is the whole city of Sydney. All the people and animals, all beings, may they be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings. May they be well. May they be happy. Going beyond the confines of this city, spreading your loving kindness to cover the whole country, the country of Australia, extending your loving kindness to cover the whole earth, the whole planet Earth. May all the inhabitants on this earth, all the animals, plants, everyone, seen or unseen to you, known or unknown, may they be well and happy. May they be free from all sufferings. May they be free from all fears and anxieties. May they be well. May they be happy. Let's spread this loving kindness even further beyond this earth to cover the whole Milky Way galaxies and the galaxies beyond, covering the whole universe to as far as your mind can reach. May all beings in this galaxy, may they be well, may they be happy, may they be free from all sufferings, all mental and physical sufferings. Sending this loving kindness energy to as far as your mind can reach, to the corner of the universe, covering all beings. Once we have sent our metta to the edge of the universe, is now to gather all this good energy back from the edge of the universe, all this well-wish and good energy coming back to this Milky Way galaxy, coming back to the solar system. Once again, wherever you pass, also wish them be well and happy, free from all suffering. Coming back to this earth, again, wish all the inhabitants in this earth be well and happy. Coming back to this continent of Australia, and then come back to this city of Sydney, Bankstown, this campus, back to this room with all the good energies coming back to your body, entering your pores, receive them, and let all this good energy dissolve into your heart chakra. Once you have received all the good energies, you can slowly open your eyes. Yeah, so for the first timers here, how was that? Was Key, is it? Key Smith
That's Kai.
able to follow the instruction? Is okay?
Yeah, it's all right.
All right, that's good. Okay, so yeah, that's what we do every time we have a session together. It's also recommended to do this metta meditation first. And it's recommended to do every morning when you wake up and you're sending this loving kindness energy out. And throughout your day, you will, you'll make your day much smoother in a way. Yeah, yes. Okay. How about you? Are you okay?
I was like,
Fall asleep.
you put the light
That's
on.
good.
I was like this. Probably because I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I
That's
like
what
it.
happened. Yes.
I felt
That's good.
actually I felt today distracted.
Sorry?
I was a little bit distracted.
Distracted today?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Maybe I
just
ate
happens.
maybe I ate too much. I just assuming, like when you do yoga, you have to be empty stomach 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think mine is not 2 hours.
Okay. That's good. Maybe we can turn the light back a bit
Little bit
brighter.
more.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually I'm very connected.
Yeah.
Must
We,
have
just,
connected.
we need to tune your signal antennas.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit too much I took from other people. Okay.
Yes.
Now we can see face each
Yes.
other. That will make you sleep now.
Okay. So let me go through let me share my screen. I want to go through a bit of
I think last week somebody said because the meditation was longer.
Yeah.
And someone said that they were falling asleep.
Yeah.
I think meditation was for 15 minutes.
Yes. It should be short.
Yeah, but
that's why it's
I was
important
alright.
to keep it short at the
Yeah,
beginning.
I was alright,
Yes.
but I think the level of the class
Okay.
had short for me.
Shimran, would you like to say something? Yes.
Yes, I wanted to ask about the chakras that you were mentioning, Jimmy. So you mentioned it like the last time and this time as well. So I guess I'm interested about knowing, how do we know that the chakras exist within ourselves?
Okay, that's a really good question. I think the Buddhists and the Hindus, they have this theory and cosmology.
They didn't even I usually wear the pendant.
Yes.
That will show the chakra.
Yeah.
But
So it's very interesting. It's like this. So the Buddhists also believe like your body, right? And the outside world, like the stars, the galaxy, there's this resonance, they are connected. You are connected with the whole universe. Okay. That's why you have these chakra centers. And then, inside your body, they talk about the sun and moon as well. The sun and moon we see outside is we are able to see the sun and moon because we have this kind of sun and moon energy within us. So it corresponds. For example, the moon, it has a tidal effect, right? The moon has a cycle.
Yeah.
That cycle of full moon, and you go like, it is say that it is very closely related to your for ladies, it's very close related to your, how do you call it, the menstruation, the
it's
period,
more like
your
a
period.
feminine. I think moon is more like a feminine.
Yeah, but also they believe like men also have this.
Oh yeah, men also has
Yes.
feminine energy.
So everything's related, like inside and outside, there's a correspondence relation. So we are influencing each other like that. So the main energy centers that we have, the 7 chakras, the root chakra basically is, below your navel, like your base chakra. That's more like the energy there is more like a survival instinct, very strong. And then you have the navel chakra, and then
sacral chakra is also very big.
Yeah.
It's in orange color.
Yeah. So yes, like Chantal say, it's got different colors as well.
Yeah.
So
maybe another way they call it circle of light, which is on your spine, where the joints are. So the heart connects the joint, like where the neck passes. Another way, I think they call circle of light.
I don't know. Have you ever tried? The Chinese do this acupuncture. Acupuncture. Have you ever tried that? It's thousands of years of they're able to see these channels, these highways in your body. So what happened is, if you go to acupuncture, you say, I have this is my personal experience. So I have a sore neck, right? I couldn't move, Usually if I go to a Western doctor, they'll try to fix my neck directly, right? Like, I have a really stiff neck. They'll try to massage my neck. But when you go to acupuncture, what happens? They use these needles, and they don't do it at the neck. They do it at like the sole of your feet, or some your hands, somewhere. They do a needle there, and so somehow when they turn it, and they do this, and this tension in the neck is released, and you say, oh, I can move my neck. But they're treating a different point of your body, but it's because it's all connected, and they can see that the ancient Chinese, they're able to see all this energy flows in your body, right? So they can pinpoint where it's correspond to what. And supposedly everyone's able to see it if they train themselves, if their mind comes down. So
because I think Simran, she asked, how do we know our chakras? The chakras we outside land is by colors. It is all in our spine. So the root chakra is the bigger chakra for male, and which is red color. So by colors we channel. We channel through colors. And the heart chakra, we have feminine and masculine both sides. So which is in the heart. Within the heart area is another feminine and masculine. So 2 chakras in one place. So we have to use this energy to move it.
Yes.
The color system that you vibrate with.
Yes.
I'm glad she asked about that. I just got back from
the yoga class.
No, I just got back from Bali. And it's very Hindu there.
Yes.
And I had a lady, she checked my chakras, like she did something over me, and she said they were all unaligned.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes, we're going to talk about this balance.
I have done it for many years, this chakra meditation, and I also did chakra healing in a process of chakra healing. So I know how it's out. And somebody who's talking, nice personality, and that person all start talking like unnecessary, over talk, over this. There's nothing wrong with this person, but this person's chakra is out. So the throat chakra is out. The throat chakra, you can see it in imbalance. Some psychologists also deal with these things because they know it by how people hiding something.
So you notice that at the end of metta meditation session, our energy goes back to the heart chakra, because the heart chakra is responsible for the love and all this. Yes. Okay. I hope that answers a bit, but yeah, we can definitely talk more about it.
I think she will look more into it. It's more on the colors.
Yes.
It's a very high, but 7 chakras are the only one.
Share the screen.
They're very hard to get all.
Okay, let me share this screen here.
Yeah, 7 weeks.
So we are on week 7. I just want to share this. We go through this. For some of you, you might have already heard about this, but it's good to refresh some memory. Okay. So we always talk about, even from week 1, we talk about this. To do this. Yeah, so it's okay. I think I can read. The reconstructing neural pathways, right? The neurons are responsible. That, as a baby grow, their neurons start to form, and these neuron pathways are kind of responsible from how we think about things. Our habits are built from these neural pathways. So what happened is, this neural pathway, for example, if you have certain depression or anxiety and all this, it is because you have linked certain scenarios or things that happened with sadness or this. So this neural pathways is something that we can adjust. It's called neuroplasticity. So with meditation, we can reconstruct these neural pathways for a healthier, better life. Yeah. So I just want to go through this briefly. So if you see this circle here, okay, I'm not sure if you can see. So starting from the left top, you have concepts here, right? Concepts. So concepts are installed to us when we're young. We start to, from a young child, we start to teach them things, numbers, for example, shape, colors, form. So we introduce these concepts to a children, and these children then form certain concepts. As you grow older, the concept gets more and more complicated, more and more complicated. So kind of in a way, like your personality start to split more and more. Everyone have some kind of bipolar, we kind of split. We start to teach children, this is good, this is bad, this is clean, this is dirty, and all this. So what happened is, with these concepts comes the cycle, comes to reference. Then we start to have reference point. Then we start to have certain reference point. And from this reference point, we'll start to have judgments, this is good, this is bad, all these are from reference points. So we begin to have judgment of things, person, things. And with judgment, what happens is, once you start to judge things, what happens is you will have hope and fear, hope and fear, because you want the good things. You don't want the bad things. So you start to have hope and fear. This is when this reference and all this comes to emotion, So hope and fear is actually like the granddaddy and grandmother of all your emotions. All your emotions starts from this hope and fear. Okay, that's like they are the root of all your emotions. So they give rise to all kinds of emotions that you might have. Okay, so you feel all kinds of emotions, yeah. And with the emotion, you have actions. You want to do something about it. Oh no, let's do something about it. Its trigger is pushed by this emotion. And with actions, constant actions, we start to form habits, these habits, habitual patterns. And what happens is, once these habits get strong, it reinforces the concept again. And when the habits grow fat, or the concepts grow fat, it's what we call obsession. We become obsessed with certain things, Yeah. There are people who are obsessed with cleanliness, for example. They have to keep it very clean, or for those people who have to arrange their house in certain ways, like if someone moves certain things, they feel very uncomfortable. They have to put it back. I think there's a term for it, right? That's like.
Okay, Jimmy, we've just got 2 questions. So one is, could you provide an example, like step by step, the concept or reference point that might be easy for people to understand?
Yeah, okay. Let me try to find an example. So, okay, so for example, that, okay, I'm going to give a kind of
Scenario.
yeah, I'm going to give I think a Bible example. Let's see if this works, but let's just try it. Because that's the first thing that popped out in my mind. So what happened is like, this all the story about Genesis, right? In the Bible, where there's Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
and they were happily living in the Garden of Eden. And then what happened is like there's a snake somewhere, right? The snake asks, persuade the what persuade Eve to eat the apple of knowledge or something, right? And then I think God said, don't eat the apple, no matter what you do. If you eat the apple, you'll be cast out of this paradise. And then what happened is Eve didn't listen. So she ate the apple of knowledge. Okay. So this knowledge, once she ate it, it creates a concept in her, a reference in her. And this very first reference is called the original sin. This very first reference that she had in her mind was this, I think this shameless, right? Like she feel like, oh, she need to cover her vagina or something, right? She need to cover her lower part. Before that, there's no, just like a baby walking around, they never feel shame. They never have this idea, what is shame, yeah? So the first reference point that Eve had was this idea of shamefulness, or this is inappropriate and appropriate, okay? So she decided to cover, herself. And that creates, a judgment. And then when the judgment came, there's this hope and fear, this emotion came, then she's out of the paradise. You're out. Because before that, she's so pure that she had none of this concept yet. She's not divided. She's a whole person. She's like whole, complete. And then now you divide into something that's good, something that's bad, and all this. So then you have these things turning. Yeah.
So this hope,
I don't know.
The hope and fear you put there and first you said it's coming from our grandparents.
Hope and fear is the granddaddy of all emotion.
I realize why this thing brings the anxiety.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know whether that works or not, but I hope you guys.
Just quickly, we've got another question on that. Jimmy, where do anxiety and depression fit into the cycle category? Are they emotion?
Anxiety and what? Sorry? Anxiety
and depression. Where do they fit into that cycle? Are they emotion?
Yes. They're definitely emotions. They're definitely emotions. And they arises from hope and fear. If you really analyze yourself, everything, all your suffering actually comes from this hope and fear. We have this hope and fear very strangely all the time, Even this self-conscious, oh, yeah, I'm going for my date. Is he or she going to like me? Am I saying the right thing? Is this going to work out? Everything is because of this hope and fear that creates this tension and anxiety.
Yeah. So how can you, for example, I have anxiety to go in an MRI machine. How can we quickly control it?
Control it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to talk about this. Yes, very good question.
That's my intention, because I have
that fear. It's a good question. So let's just move on with the slide and see if I cover this.
Yeah.
Okay, so so what we're doing with meditation is we are doing the deconstruction of these habitual patterns. Okay, all this, the pattern we talked about in previous slide, that circle, the pattern. We try to kind of not put a stop to this, but we don't. It's like this pattern, like how do I say this? It's like this mobile phone we have. Like if you don't charge it, if you don't stop charging it, what will happen to the mobile phone? You just go dead, right? So what happens is these habitual patterns, we need to stop charging it. We don't give any more force to it. That's the way of deconstruction. So I'm going to read this quote. I think personally, I think it's very beautiful. Basically, it's, someone asked what is what is enlightenment and all that. So this is a quotation. It says, when you don't have obsessions or hang-ups and inhibitions, when you're not afraid, you'll be breaking certain rules. When you're not afraid, you will not fulfill somebody's expectations. What more enlightenment do you want? You're free. You're so at ease. It's like
It's a huge
complete.
feeling.
So this, you can see like a joke, but this is so real that we have so much obsessions and we're so much hang-ups, inhibitions. We're always afraid to do certain things. So joke aside, this is what we're doing. Okay. So how do we do meditation? How do we do that? Let's offer a method. Okay. So this meditation of just sitting there, do nothing, observe for 3 minutes, 2 minutes. What we're doing here is we are accepting this present moment completely. Okay. So in this very present moment, if you think about it, this very present moment, what happened is everything is perfect as it is in this present moment. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to, you don't need to kind of alter it. This present moment, if you can really be aware of it, it has everything already. It's there, it's perfect. There's no judgment, okay? No differentiation, okay? Or no bipolar. And then if you can stay with this present moment, you are entirely balanced, you're centered, okay? So with this, keep in mind that, when you're doing this meditation, there's no goal. We're not talking, when you have a goal, you kind of, you need to go somewhere. You're not in the present moment. If you have a goal, like, if you have a goal, you're not, how do you say, you're not satisfied with your current state. So the thing is, there's no goal. Or you can call it goalless goal if you want to call it. If you have to have a goal, then let this goal be like goalless goal. And there's no view also in this present moment. What happened is you're not trying to form a new concept or new things. No. There's no view. Or in Buddhism, we call it the viewless view. It's the highest view. And you have no view. Okay. It might be a little bit hard to chew at the moment, but just bear with me. You will kind of sink in later. Yeah. So as I say, you're not trying to charge this loop anymore. You try to just be at this present moment. You're completely at ease with this present moment. Then you are not charging any further. For example, a good thought comes, you're not like, wow, that's a beautiful thought. Then you go for that. No? Or a bad thought comes, then you kind of try to deny it and try to push it away. No, none of that. Whatever comes to your mind, just accept. Yes, and then just note, just watch. And this is the best way to break this habitual pattern, actually. Sometimes some of the Zen masters, they will say something like this. They will say, it is only human beings that we want to be something else. We're not satisfied with just being human. But if you look at cats, they're just cats. They just happily be cats, nothing else. They're just happily, cat. But we always want something. Yeah, anyway.
Extra, something extra somewhere. Yes. Wherever we go, we can't satisfy.
So, okay, of course. Then you ask what are the benefits of this practice, of just sitting there, meditation. First, you're perfectly contained. You're like, yes, you're satisfied, you're contented, you don't need anything more. You're now, you're completely happy as it is now. You're happy. There's nothing more can make you don't need anything else. And then there's no hope and fear. Once you have no more hope and fear in this moment, there's no stress, there's no struggle. And if you can maintain that kind of attitude or that kind of things, you will start to see the goodness in everyone. You become more open-minded, more tolerated. If people do something, supposedly bad or something, someone yelled at you and all this, you're okay. You're not bothered, And then the last one, this is one of the most important ones. You start to experience the nature of your mind. Okay, it might sound a bit hard now because, but when you start to practice more and more, what happens is this term, the nature of your mind, you can actually directly experience it. At the moment when I say mind, what are you thinking about? Because we all have different ideas of this mind. Can anyone share what they think mind is? Anyone? Let's see. I'm not trying to get too philosophical here, but it's just good to keep in the back of your mind that you want to know, like, what is the nature of your mind, but you have to kind of be able to see it first. This the I don't know if you are familiarized with the Zen teaching or the Mahayana teaching of China. That have you heard any phrases like sometimes in the movie you heard phrases like no ears, no eyes, no nose, no this, no that, no this. It's almost like the whole Buddhist concept is about negation. Like there's nothing, there's no this, no that. Have any one of you encountered any of the literature like that? No? Okay. So yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah. So what happened? Why do they do that? Why does the Buddhist say no this, no that, no this, no this? Why do they use?
Want you to identify with your thoughts too much.
Yes, very good answer. Yes, because we identify our thought or our feeling, our body as I. Okay, we identify that as self. And what happened is the Buddhist is trying to tell you, no, 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 that's not your real nature. Okay, that thing is just temporary. You can't really control your thoughts, can you? You can't. Sometimes you have good thoughts, sometimes you have bad thoughts, You can't really control your body either. You can control a bit, but when you get sick or when are you going to die and all this, you can't really control your cells, You can't control your body, you can't control your thoughts. So what is you? What is your mind? This is a very good question.
Mine is very peaceful. That's the problem. I cannot see any string when I'm in the class. Yeah, that's why I'm loving it so much. It's like I cannot think outside of that boundary.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
fully
really good.
that peaceful,
Yes.
I love it.
So the Buddhist way is like, instead of giving you something affirmative, for example, that's the only way actually. How do you tell the other person the taste of, let's say, salt? Okay, if the other person has never tasted salt in their whole life. And then you can't just give salt to them and taste. Okay, then what can you do? What can you do to tell them about salt, the taste of salt?
Go to the sea.
No, yeah, but let's just say the sea is unavailable now. Like, they just never experienced it in their life. Anyone?
They clean because they have never tasted something.
Anyone want to share something? How do you tell a person the taste of salt if the other person have never tasted in their life?
I guess you describe it to something that's salt is similar to.
Yeah. Let's just say, yeah, they don't know saltiness. So you can't really, you can kind of try, but they really have no idea what saltiness is. They know sweet, they know sour, they know bitter, they know spiciness, all this, but they just don't know salt. So how do you do it? So anyway, so Buddhists, they come up with a way. They say, this is the way of negation, meaning they would tell you, okay, sugar is not salt. Okay, they will tell you like, this is not salt. This is not salt. They'll tell you everything that you know that is, and then they'll tell you that's not salt. So because you will start thinking, oh, maybe salt is this, maybe salt is that. But you say, no, that's not salt. This is not salt. That's why you have so many negations. This is kind of the only way. Because you have wrongly identified. Let's go back to the question of the mind. You have wrongly identified your mind. Okay? Then the Buddha say, no, your thought is not you. No, your emotion is not you. Okay, this is like that soul question because you don't know the nature of your mind. You haven't experienced it directly. You don't know. So the only way to communicate is to tell you, no, that's not you. No, that's not you. So just like this habit loop we are forming, if I were to say, once this habitual patterns been broken, this loop that we are in, when you are in a state of just pure awareness and pure presentness, okay, you're in a state of non-duality, like non-dual, like you're not differentiated, okay? What is that state? And that is like almost like saying, what is soul? What is this awakefulness? Okay, so yeah, I'm sorry, this is getting a bit deep, but
Jimmy, we've got a question here from Eddie.
Hmm.
I wonder why we get bored or lonely when we are alone doing nothing, thus making present moment not pleasant. How should we accept and be contented with this being alone? And then follow up, he said, so you mean that the nature of the mind is happy?
Hmm. So this is very, very interesting question, Eddie. It's like, this boredom for a meditator is so precious because this boredom reminds you of you're here right now, like, you're still thinking and all this. Somehow, for modern people, this boredom is something we want to get rid of, because we are so used to distraction, actually. We're so used to, let's distract ourselves. Let's try not to be like, just doing nothing in this present moment. Let's try to entertain ourselves, for example, let's try to look at the TikToks, or let's just try to watch Netflix, what's on tonight, think about what are we going to eat. Everything that we do at the moment is really distracting ourselves from entering this present moment, just be pure aware and all this, right? And so this boredom, it depends how you look at it. For a meditator, as I say, once they meditate and when this boredom arises, this boredom is quite quite interesting, quite funny if you look at it from another angle. It's like, wow, it's like all these habits, boredom comes from because you have been used to all this bombardment. You're already in this loop, the loop I'm talking about. You've been loop. And then once you kind of try to stop this loop, what will happen is you kind of feel bored. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Remember that you always want to do something. You will always want to get away from this present moment. You always try to get away. Try to get away. So yeah, it's very important to go through this stage of boredomness, I guess. But don't let this boredomness be influence you for too long. That's why I suggest, no more than 3-minute meditation, because at the beginning, I don't really want you to kind of have to, kind of fight with this boredomness. Yeah, I want this boredom to be your friend. Basically, they are very precious friend, actually, Yeah.
What about the loneliness aspect?
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting too. They're very similar to boredom, isn't it? This loneliness.
Loneliness, I think longing, like
Yeah.
love or something.
Yeah. But depends if you have a teacher, because if you have a teacher who can guide you through this, boredom and loneliness is really, really important. They are like kind of like the gateway to wisdom, gateway to this understanding beyond this life, You are kind of, every time you are like at the door, you feel bored or you feel kind of lonely. And you're not willing to step over that gate, kind of. You're always there and then you don't want to go through it. You want to go back and then have fun with your friend or distract yourself further, So next time when you reach this boredomness or loneliness, kind of bear in mind you are at the gate of some, some breakthrough, or a deeper knowledge. Yeah. That's all I can say for now. But that's why interview is important. A teacher to guide you through this. It's important through your process. Yes. Okay. So we are going to do 3-minute meditation. Okay. So for this meditation, we have said a lot, maybe a bit too much about this loop and others. So the best way to stop this loop is to really just sit, just comfortably sit for 3 minutes. And for this 3 minutes, what I want you to do is just be aware of this present moment. Just accept who you are. Even the darkest side of you, just accept it as your whole being. You're not pushing away anything. You are not trying to do anything. You're just so happy sitting here, be with yourself, really doing nothing. So we're going to do that for 3 minutes. you're just completely at ease with this present moment. You're accepting the whole experience right here, right now. So yeah, that's 3 minutes. And at the beginning, I think that's a really, really good time for really just, yeah, try. I mean, different teacher will say different things. But for me, for beginners, don't try to sit too long because what happens is you're actually trying to break out this loop and just putting a bit of stop to this is good enough. Insert it throughout your day. Let's see the messages. Okay. Let's try to go back to this loop. Let me see if I can find a better example. Okay. So let's say I don't know. Let's say you have, let's just say very daily stuff. Okay, so you have this concept of let's say I don't know if this is going to work. McDonald's, for example. You go to a McDonald's, right? And then you look at the menu. There's so many menus, like video fish and all kinds of choices. You're bombarded with all the reference, fish, meat, and then you got this, Angus beef, whatever, different beef, somewhat healthy. And then you have this judgment later. Oh, okay. I want to be like kind of eat healthier today. So I'll look at the calories, like I'll choose lighter ones, whatever. And then what happens is that you finally, after all that effort, you have decided what you're going to eat. Then you went to the counter and order, and then they says, "I'm sorry, we're out of fish today." You're like, no, I just went through all that, deciding process. And then you have, then you have emotions, you get angry, this. So basically everything, I'm talking about everything that we do now is like this, not just McDonald's, but this health conscious things, I think every year the image of health, kind of the concept of health keep changing, isn't it? Used to be like you have to drink a lot of milk, right? Now they say no, you should be vegan. Like, milk is not really good because it's, kind of mass farmed, and you actually, human beings are lactose intolerant by nature, they are for cows, not for milk. You got all kind of things, new concept, like egg used to be really bad for you because of the cholesterol, right? I remember like for
But
many
now
years.
it's vegan.
But now I think egg is like supposed to be really good or something. So anyway, all the concept and references, what happened is they change all the time. They change all the time. There's no inherent.
We just have a question, Jimmy.
Mm.
Would this feeling of loneliness link to the concepts like neuroplasticity, as loneliness is a feeling based from fear? So if you can change your thoughts around what it means to be lonely, you wouldn't have the feeling of loneliness.
Yes, yes. It's good. It's good. I want to say something about this, really. It's a very funny thing. It's like when I talk about balance and accept everything, this is kind of a very subtle, but it's very important concept. It's like anything that you kind of try to push away or anything that you don't want, it's like I don't know how to put this in a proper way. It's like this good and bad thing. Good and bad is very personal, and it's culturally different. For some person this is good, for the other person it's bad. It's so subjective. So relational. So okay, so let's say, something that you think is bad, and you're trying so hard to push away. So there's a lot of cases where for example, if a child have an abusive father. So if a child have an abusive father, for example, and then is alcoholic or whatever, and then the child will grow up and then he will hate this image of abusive father, alcoholic. He will really hate it, because he's been abused. And then he will form this really strong neural network, about his abusiveness and his father and everything. And he wants to push this away. And what happens is anything that you really want to push away, you actually putting more energy to it. So what happens is you always at the end, to balance this energy out by nature, you became what you are afraid the most, or you became what you despise the most. So a lot of person, after they have their own family, somehow, even they really don't want, and eventually they start imitating their own father. They start to abuse, this cycle of abuse.
Because of the fear they have inside.
And why is that? This is very, very, it's very, this has got to do with this, neural network that the more we push away certain things, the more like, yeah, it's like, yeah, that's why in Buddhism, we have to go beyond good and evil, kind of. All other religion, they talk about good and evil, good and evil, good and. But in Buddhism, we try to go beyond that, transcend this good and evil concept, because it's both not good, you know. Yeah. So I don't know whether that answers your question or not. If anyone else want to contribute something. Yes. So it's very psychological thing. Yeah. So we don't try to push away. Okay. Let's move on. What's this? Okay. So during that 3 minute, okay, I don't want you to seek. I don't want you to search or ask, knock, demand. What I want you to do is just relax. If you are really relaxed at this present moment and you're not afraid to accept everything that comes at you, okay, your thoughts, anything, and then if you just relax, okay, you will start to vibrate with it, this nature of your mind. that we've been talking about. Oh, okay. Is there anything else? Okay. And also reasoning, reasoning is something that we need to deconstruct also. At the present in our society, we value reasoning so much. Actually, reasoning is a barrier at the end. You need to kind of abandon that as well. So there's this quote: when joy has a reason, it's not going to last very long, When you need to have a reason to be joyful, it's not going to last long. But when the joy is without any reason, it's going to be there forever. So that's why I emphasize on, going through this boredom, loneliness, all this, also some kind of identity crisis, like who you are, whatever. Yeah. And yeah. So it's about living in this present moment. Okay. So once you have given up expectations, all expectations, actually, you have learned to live. You have to learn to live with yourself, with this moment. And you will start living for once, We are living finally, not expecting, not looking into the future, or, be afraid or have this guilt conscience of.
I talk to myself like that. I'm living now. I'm living a life now.
It's really good.
It's
it's really good. Yeah.
Nothing to expect and just move on.
So
it's a hard journey, I think, to come to that stage where we can come to the stage saying, okay, I'm living now. Long journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I can give you other meditation techniques like, breathing and everything, counting and all this. But somehow I know you're going to learn. What's that? Somehow I know you're going to learn all this other technique, anapanasati, and all this from all other spiritual teachers. I just want to give you this kind of almost very simple but the most direct way, which is, be completely at ease with this present moment. Anyone have any other questions? If not, we're going to do another 3 minutes, then we can kind of conclude. But I love your, anyone's feedback, or if they have any questions, or if they don't think any of this makes sense, please do let me know.
The one I asked before was about how to control the anxiety in a fast form, like now you have to go for MRI.
Yes.
And that's when my anxiety goes zoom up and I can't take any medication.
Yes.
So even though I'm trying to calm down, I can't do it.
Really good, really good. So this meditation actually is the best way to fight this. Anxiety and all this comes from, you're not really, you still haven't accepted something yet. You're still trying to push away certain things, certain things, it's really difficult, like dentists and all this, all this. It's kind
always I don't get dentist and other stuff like medical, apart from the machine.
Yes, machine.
And I had an accident.
Yes.
Car accident.
Yes.
And that's when I have to go in the machine.
That's so good because all our problems are different. That's because our neurons are wired differently.
Yeah.
So it's based on your previous experience. So, for example, if you have bad experience with certain scenarios, machines, for example, then that will form a strong link. Then you need to break that link. You need to learn to accept this to experience it again, but from a different angle. So next time, if you go through that MRI and all this, try to do this meditation that we're doing now. When that thing is happening, just be aware, whatever, just be aware. And then the experience or the reaction you have with this thing will change somehow. And then, after that, you'll go like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I expected. And when that happens, your neuron link has been weakened. It's been rewired. It's getting weaker and weaker. It has less control at you now. You know, for example, it's like this monster in your dream that you're haunted by. You know, the first time you're so scared. The second time you kind of, hey, come on, I can see something. Maybe you're just an act, but you're still scared. But the third time you see it more clearly. Hey, it's just someone's behind this mask. You know, you're less scared. And then with each time, you're getting more and more liberated. And yeah, eventually you'll break this link. It'll be okay. Yeah, it's really good. Thank you for raising that question. It's really
because I know many people, they do have this phobia. But they also take they give them drip or something, or tablet or something to go into. But in my case, I can't take any dye, any drip, or any medication to go into. So this time I paid $1,600 to sit and do it.
Wow.
But still, when the machine came closer, it's like you can still feel the vibration, but at least in the front is open.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Even those X-ray machines, you know, they keep telling you won't feel anything. This X-ray, but I feel something, and then you're just imagining. But I'm not.
I think after the accident, this just severe thing came to me, which is incontrollable. But after I did the sitting one, I found that machine was coming from the side to me. Front was open, but still that sort of anxiety still coming. Still coming any minute the front will come. But I was trying to keep calm.
Yes.
And as I said, I can't take any medication. They said, we can give you something, but I said, no, I'll try this one.
Right.
So the lady who was doing, she was standing in the front there. So I can keep on seeing her face.
Thank you so much for raising this question, because
I know many people ask me the question, but I also don't have answers because I'm going through the same process.
So the best way to counter anxiety is really this acceptance, you know. That's why we're practicing. That's why all kinds of things will come to you, you know. Boredom and everything will come at you. But this acceptance is so important. Yes. Okay. Anyone else? So maybe we can do another 3 minutes, then we'll conclude tonight. Okay. So let's meditate for another 3 minutes. Thank you so much. How do you experience that? Are you okay with this? Are you, it's like, a lot of people when they start first doing this meditation, they feel kind of very uneasy because they're just not used to do nothing, because the whole society is telling you to do something, So when you kind of stop doing something, there's this uneasiness, like, which is, like we have to do something, or we have to think about something. But then if you can really just, do nothing and be absolutely okay, fine with it, slowly, slowly, there's this joy, this taste, trying to tell you from the beginning, this taste of salt. But I'm not talking about salt here, but this taste of this inner joy that's not dependent on anything external is so precious, so precious. So I hope everyone can continue to cultivate this. This 3 minutes, it's so amazing that you actually putting this 3 minutes to do nothing. This is the best. I keep saying this is the best, actually the best investment you can invest in this 3 minutes. And I'm not even asking you to focus on something. No, there's nothing to focus. It's really about acceptance, and then not sway. Have this confidence and courage of this. Just be right now, right here. And let's, as I say again and again, let's do this together and let's share, let's encourage each other to experience this joy, this inner joy that we have. Yeah. As a group. Okay. Thank you so much. Anyone online have anything to say? Please do share. Because every time I feel like I'm talking too much.
Nikki, I can see your hand is raised.
Yes, Jimmy, just a quick question.
Yes.
Like earlier when Eddie said he's addicted to the guided meditations, I think I am too. Is that a bad thing? Like, I find with the guided meditations, it keeps me focused. And even doing the 3-minute ones, and I've been meditating for quite a while.
Yes.
My mind still wanders away.
Yes.
Is that a bad thing to kind of rely on the guided meditations, or should I try and make myself sit and just do nothing?
Nikki, that's a really, really good question. Thank you for asking. I think a lot of people will encounter what you experience right now, especially, I myself gone through that stage, I need some kind of guided meditation or some kind of voice to guide me through so I have something to follow and all this. It's totally, perfectly understandable. I would recommend, yes, you can still do it. Please do continue. Any kind of meditation to train your mind is good. But don't ignore the power of doing nothing like what we're doing right now. Try to still incorporate this 3 minutes of doing nothing on your own if you could, because at the end of the day, like what I say, it's about acceptance. And when you actually just listen to your own voice, even now you might think, oh, all these thoughts I have, I know I've gone so many places. At the moment you feel like, oh, I don't want that. I want to be like, I want to taste what you say, right? Yeah. But no, that kind of thought is unnecessary because this wandering mind, it doesn't really, it's not something that we want to get rid of. It's not something bad. Like what I've been trying to say the whole session, that everything is perfect. It is always there also for a reason. Just you have to learn to accept that. But then at the same time, yes, it's there. Just like, eventually your thoughts will be like, have you ever sat in a playground and looking at a bunch of kids playing? You know, they're not related to you, but you know, a bunch of kids, they just play the slide and they're making noises and all this, and you're just happily sitting there. You're not offended by their presence. You're not offended by their, you know, loud noise or their childishness. You're not. You're just, yeah, perfectly okay. And eventually, this thoughts, which comes to, at the moment, it seems to be like bothering you, you know, but you know, no, eventually you're going to kind of enjoy them and just going to kind of ignore them, and then okay, it's there, it's okay, and then you know, you learn to kind of transcend that. Yes, yes, yes. I hope that helps.
It did. Thank you very much. Excellent answer. I think I need to be a bit nicer to my thoughts.
Yes.
Not so, yeah, I get so frustrated with myself. So
We have so high expectation of ourselves. That's yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll work on acceptance. Thank you.
Thank you. Eddie, hi.
Hi. Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank Nikki for that story that helped me a lot to hear that someone actually experienced the same. So I feel, you know, I've been so social my whole life. Like I like going out with friends and, you know, having chit chat and joking around. And, you know, just being alone is just something that I'm not really comfortable about. So I guess we just need to get used to this kind of being alone with our thoughts. I guess that with guided meditation, it helped me that, you know, I have someone to listen to. I have someone who is guiding me and I trust this person. So it makes me feel so comfortable. Like when I'm meditating, I have myself, John, listening to this teacher guidance. But just like what Jimmy said, I guess we have to know ourselves better to sit with our own thoughts, and whether it's discomfort, we need to get used to this kind of feeling to be alone just by ourselves and with the thoughts, and just, yeah, you know, our thoughts are like the kids playing around, so we just need to be nicer to them.
Yeah.
I guess that's a really good point, Jimmy. Thank you so much, Jimmy, and everyone.
Oh, thank you for sharing, Eddie. And also, I want to say something about this, you know, loneliness. For maybe it's related to your situation. Okay, so you know this, you know, you always, for example, you always crave for certain things. Some people crave for dessert, right? And when they eat too much of it, they have this post dessert, what, guilt or whatever. Okay, so like you might feel that you need you know, distractions of friends, going out, have fun. Okay, so sometimes, you know, I would encourage you to maybe one day to really overdo it. Like, you know, just like go out to, you know, to this huge disco and then dance the whole night, you know, whatever, in the disco, and mingle with your friend, talk as much as you can, do all this, and you know, just express yourself whole night. And then when you go back to your house, I want you to be like alone, like no one. And when you lie down in bed just before you rest, and you can tell me how you feel, like just look at your mind at that time. You might discover something quite interesting. Yes, yes, yeah. So sometimes, yeah, that's the way to go. It's like
He's excited.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but yes. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. So if that's it, so Simran, thank you so much, and thank you, Eddie and Nikki, for today's question.
Thank you, Jimmy.
And, yeah, have a wonderful night. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. See you. Thanks, Simran.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Simran. How do I do this? How do I stop?